Good afternoon. These notes are on reflections on the coordinate plane. So this should be page 49 of your notebook, and this is unit 6. When we open up our notes, we've got some items on the left side we need to address. Let's look at some vocabulary. We've got a pre-image, which is the original figure prior to transformation. Transformation just means you're changing something. And then you've got your image, which is your new point, your new figure. So it's the result of a transformation. The way that you can label it is you can do B, like Roman numeral 1, or B with a apostrophe, and that stands for B prime. And then when you have 2 or a double apostrophe, this means double prime. So this means I changed it once, I changed it twice. So that's just an indication to show that this was something that's been changed, and this has been something that's been changed twice. So when reflecting, we're going to reflect and label A over the axis, and now it's going to be called A prime. So this is our A value, and we want to reflect it, which means to pretty much to flip it over, and we want to go over the x-axis. So we're going to use this axis. And we're going to see how far away the A is from the x-axis. So it's 1, 2, 3 spaces away. So when we flip this over, it's going to be the exact same distance away on the other side of the x-axis. Because this was 1, 2, 3 over. So this is 1, 2, 3 over. So this is going to be called A prime. And the new ordered pair is 2, negative 3. The original pair was 2, 3. So this is 2, 3. The new one is 2, negative 3. So my new ordered pair is 2, negative 3. And so if we look at our rule, what changed? So if my original point was 2, 3, and my new point is 2, negative 3, the 2, the x value stayed the same, but the y value changed to its opposite value. So instead of it being 3, now it's negative 3. So our rule can be this. X stays the same when you go over the x-axis. And then y becomes opposite. All right. Now we're going to take the same point A and we're going to reflect it over the y-axis. So now we're going to take this same point, but now instead of going over the x-axis, we're going to go over the y-axis. So same rule. See how far away it is from the axis of symmetry of the flipping line. So it's 2 spaces away here. So it's going to be 2 spaces away here. And this will be our new point. And then we're going to label it negative 2, positive 3. So it was 2 here, so then it's 2 here. That's over the y-axis. So our new point for A is negative 2, 3. So if we compare these 2 points, this was the original, the pre-image, and this is the image. What changed? The x values changed. The y values stayed the same. So our rule for this is y stays the same. And your x becomes opposite. Okay, so that's reflections, and that's basically all I have to teach you right here. Oh, we forgot, sorry, that was my fault. The ordered pair for A is 2, 3. And then you can see the relationship here and here, and you can see the relationship here and here. All right, now we're just going to do some practice, and then you guys are going to practice on your own on the right side. So we've got the point 1, negative 1. So let's put that on the graph. So 1, negative 1. That's Q. R is 3, negative 4. And S is 5, negative 2. So there's my triangle, or my pre-image, QRS. They want us to reflect this over the x-axis. So our triangle is literally going to flip over and be the mirror image on this side. So we know all of our points are going to be positive, positive because they're going to end up being in quadrant 1. So let's look at it. If Q gets flipped over this way, now it's going to be at 1, 1. R is going to be at 3, positive 4. And then S is going to be at 5, positive 2. And don't forget to indicate that it's the new image, you have to put the little apostrophe next to the letter. So there's my new triangle, Q prime, R prime, S prime. And then we can fill in the values here. So notice how it's a mirror image and it's just flipped right on over. All right, let's try this next triangle, ABC. So let's go ahead and graph negative 2, 1. So negative 2, positive 1, that's my A. B is negative 2, 5, so negative 2, 5. And then C is negative 5, positive 3. Okay, so there's my triangle ABC. And then they want me to reflect over the y-axis. So when I flip this over the y-axis, it's now going to be in quadrant 1. So again, my points here are going to be positive, positive, because I'm going to end up being in quadrant 1. So B, let's count how many spaces away it is. So 1, 2. So then let's go 1, 2 over here. And let's label it B prime. And the name for that point is 2, 5. A is 2 spaces away, so let's go 2 spaces away over here. And there's my A prime, and that's 2, 1. And then C is negative 5, 3, so then I'm going to go positive 5, 3. And there's my C prime. Okay. Now what we're going to do is look down here, and we're going to tell whether we've been reflected over the x or the y-axis just based on where the points end up. So negative 8, 4. Now it's at negative 8, negative 4. So there's 2 ways to do. You can do this. You can look at what changed, and whichever one stayed the same, that's the axis you flipped over. So let's look at the x. The x stayed the same. The y changed to opposite. What rule is that? The x stays the same. The y changed to opposite. That's your x-axis. So because the x stayed the same, that means it's the x-axis is the line of reflection. If you don't want to do it that way and you don't want to memorize it, that's fine. What you can do is this. You could just do a quick sketch. So if I were to sketch this, if I'm at negative 8, 4, negative 8, 4, and now I'm at negative 8, negative 4, well, which axis did I go over? The x. So that's another way to do it if you're more of a visual person versus a rule person. All right, you. 5, negative 7, negative 5, negative 7. Which one stayed the same? The y. So that's your axis of symmetry, or your axis of reflection. Again, if you want to do it visually, 5, negative 7. 5, negative 7 would be here. Negative 5, negative 7 would be here. So where did that go? Over the y-axis. All right, and then just 2 more together. 9, 2, and negative 9, 2. What stayed the same? The y value, so that's your line of reflection. But if you want to see it, 9, 2, and then negative 9, 2. And then what did it reflect over? It reflected over the y-axis. And then last one together. 3, 5, 3, negative 5. What stayed the same? The x-axis, or the x value. So the x-axis is the line of reflection. And there you go. And if you want to do the visual, you can do the visual. All right. Over on the right side, you're just going to practice some reflection And this is the challenge problem where you are going to reflect this over the y-axis and then take these points and then reflect those new points over the x-axis. So you're going to do 2 in 1. So it's called, it's just a double image. Okay? All right, I'm going to pause the video and write down the answer key, and then you guys can pause it as well and then check your answers when I'm done. Here are the answers for the homework on the right side. My image is, or my pre-image is the colored in one. My image, my new one, is the white one. Same thing here. Sorry, I forgot to plug that in. And so there's my pre-image and there's my new image. Here, this is my pre-image, which is this, and here's my new image, which is that. And then here you had to do it twice. So this is my pre-image, my original one, this one. This is my image, and this is my double image. All right, if you have any questions or comments, leave them at the bottom of the video. I hope you guys have a great afternoon, and I will talk to you guys later.